Today we're going to be discussing the ethical dilemma related to grade integrity and how school leaders should respond. So here's a scenario. A teacher discovers a coworker is changing failing grades to passing grades without student work or documentation to support the change with remediation and retesting. So this raises several ethical issues connected to honesty, fairness, and accurate record keeping. And according to the Code of Ethics, educators are obligated to maintain truthful records and uphold integrity. So let's start by examining how this affects our students, families, and the broader school community.
On the student aspect of it can affect the long term. For one, it can percent of their so if their teacher is giving them a mastery grade of something that they completely are obviously are not mastering, it can affect them long term. And when they go to the next grade, and when the grade level or the stuff that's given for that particular grade level, they may not be understanding what's going on. So then they technically falls behind. So then that leads to lack of motivation. And
I completely agree. Yeah, it gives a false sense of achievement, which affects many different areas around the child, not just academically, but motivationally and emotionally as well. And it causes them not to put in the effort in order to work hard to, want to bridge gaps that they're not even aware is there. This inflation of grades, how does it impact our families, our other stakeholders?
Speaking from a parent's perspective, how can I help my child? If you are giving grades that are not factual, then how am I going to provide my child with the help that he or she really needs? If the teacher is stating that this child is doing well, this child is progressing, this child is proficient, I'm unable to do my parenting at home in order to get my child where he or she needs to be.
Yes, I completely agree. It does. The grades is the way for the parents to understand where their child is at, if they're at proficiency level or if they need additional support with tutoring. And when the grades are inflated, it does go ahead and take away that opportunity from the parent to be able to support their child at home. Because obviously, the teacher isn't going to say, well, you may see an A in the grade book, but really they need support in this way. So the grades is that communication that the teachers and the parents have in order to support the students. What are your thoughts on the effect it could have on our school when we inflate grades?
As a district, when we're looking at these scores, how is this student straight A on a roll first, second, third quarter? Then come the state test, they're sitting at a level one or a level two. The school's data is completely messed up, and that affects so many people. So the next grade level up teacher is now feeling as they're a failure, or they're even possibly getting coaching from administration because it comes off that they're not doing their job. And as a principal, I would want to know if this student came into you proficient or, a high achiever, a high flyer, what is happening now that this student has dropped tremendously?
The effect is on our whole school wide as well as the teachers that receive those students coming in. And that was a great point that you made about that. And I think we could all agree that the impact of this dishonesty and this ethical dilemma is one that's big and it affects all stakeholders across the board. And now it leaves us with the resolution to this issue. Although it's uncomfortable, addressing the teachers, one professional courtesy, but the ethical thing to do would be to bring it to the administration's attention for them to then provide feedback, do their research into it, and possibly create a system that allows for systemic or periodic checks within the gradebook or providing clarity on the policies for all, not just this one teacher. And to prevent future issues, maybe they could also have collaborative grading checks along with those periodic grade audits